When I was ready to retire from professional golf, it was hard for me and difficult because I kind of didn't finish what I set out to start, and that was like the dream of LPGA.
Do you think you can describe Kyla in a sentence?
That's pretty hard.
She's a disciplined person.
She's a leader because she works hard, really driven. She's so humble.
She's just very generous with her time.
How would you describe yourself?
Yeah, this is always the hardest question. So for me, I am very curious. I need to know how things work.
Her brother would end up in the woods and get frustrated and want to walk off the course. Kyla would end up in the woods and wonder why.
Work ethic is always for me like, maybe I work too much sometimes, people would probably say.
She's a workhorse.
She was also just the hardest worker.
If you saw her schedule, you know her work ethic.
She's a leader because she works hard.
Where I just like never stop moving is very typical.
It's exhausting, to be honest with you. but it's a great trait to have.
I don't think I had learned about the 10,000 hour rule, but that's certainly kind of my personality. Like if I just put in the work, I know I can get there. I'm ready to like put in the hard yards. Like if you enjoy the time that you're spending putting in the work to try to be better, then you just keep going and somehow you end up where you end up. And so that's kind of where I ended up playing professional golf. I always knew I could play at that level, and then it was putting in the work, and like maybe I wasn't as smart as I could have been about some of it, and that's maybe why I didn't quite get there in the end. Those development tours, you're always pinching pennies. So in a sense, you just had to jump in and go, okay, I'm gonna invest in a coach and a sports psych and a trainer and all that. And that gets you to that next step where you might not have to pinch as many pennies. So that's where I would say if I could do it all over again, I might change a couple things now that I'm an older, smarter me. But I think I did some things, you know, the way I would probably still do it. You're ready to retire, you're ready to move on, but you're still like, oh, if I just gave it, you know, one more year, one more season, I could just get a little bit closer. But then you just hit a different season of life as well, and you go, I'm totally ready to move on. When you're a young coach, you think you need to have all the answers. The reality is no one has all the answers. And so if you can just create a network around you that you can ask a few questions and find answers that way, that's how you grow. What was it? It was a Twitter message from Brody Carl just saying, hey, we need another kind of female professional golfer at our academy. Would you be interested? I was like, okay, I think I'm kind of wanting to maybe switch careers here. Why don't I give this a shot? And so that was me dipping my toe into like, let's try out instruction. AJ Ethorn was kind of our pioneer at Predator Rids in this space. And so she kind of was the trailblazer for this program, Swim Like a Girl. And she got it up and running after she had retired from the LPGA and caddying on tour. And I kind of came in and followed in her footsteps and just always trying to make it bigger and better. And how can we get more women into the game and more women staying in the game? People choose golf as their recreational sport for the most part. And I just want to be able to be remembered that I assisted them find joy in their life. Like that's what I'm here for. And that's why I do what I do. And that's why I dive down the rabbit hole. So that in the end, it's just simpler for the person I'm trying to assist find joy.
If you came up with a passion for fishing where you literally are sometimes just sitting on a river or sitting on a lake, would you somehow turn that into like a competition?
For sure. Like if I